Black Mirror Season 5 was released a few days ago, and I'm sure by now many people have watched all 3 episodes. The show normally consists of moments that stand the test of time and resonate with the watcher. The powerful moments normally evoke emotions like no other show, and these moments normally occur in the climax of the episode that it's been building to the whole time. This season was no different. So, what are the 5 most powerful moments in Season 5 of Black Mirror? Well, let's find out. Before I go ahead, make sure you go over to my Twitter, @BrainPilot_, and tweet me what you thought the best moment in Season 5 was. So without further ado, I'm BrainPilot, and here are the 5 most powerful moments in Black Mirror Season 5. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers, so watch with caution. Number 5. Exploitation of an artist. Within the episode Rachel, Jack and Ashley 2, we see Ashley O's aunt as somebody who is clearly out for herself and is prepared to make Ashley do everything in her power to make her do what she wants, all for the sake of money and living the high life. This is made apparent with the Ashley 2 doll getting released and Ashley being forced to do shows and portray a character that stands for everything that she doesn't. She plays this squeaky clean pop star, and it's something that she's not. We see the climax of their dispute and a battle for Ashley to feel liberated at the dinner table. This is then when we see a powerful moment. We see Ashley break down as she's arguing with Catherine, and she's talking about not wanting to be the puppet to her aunt and that she wants to just walk away. You really feel what Miley's character wants you to, and you almost feel heartbroken at the fact that she's being forced to be somebody for everybody and not herself. We then find out that Catherine has drugged Ashley, and the soundtrack drops and the tone changes completely. It represents the mood extremely well, and the darkness and the greys in the shots add to this as well. This highlights the lengths that the aunt will go to for the sake of money and living the life that she wants, even if that means killing her niece, putting her in a coma, damaging her well-being, and ruining her mental health. It's a dark moment that is extremely powerful, and it highlights the side of fame that not many people get to see or hear about, until it's too late. Number 4. Car Crash. Smithereens was an episode in itself that was very powerful. The messaging behind the whole episode was absolutely amazing. However, the moment that comes number 4 on this list is when we see in a flashback Andrew Scott's character Chris looking down at his phone whilst driving, and he sees a notification from his Smithereen app, and due to this, he crashes into another car and ends up killing his fiancée and the other driver. The way that this scene was executed was absolutely amazing. When the cars made impact and we see the glass shatter and the fiancée's body losing life in the seat where she sits, it's most definitely one of the most powerful in the season. The sound when the impact is made is something that took me by surprise when watching, and it really did transport you to the scene that we were witnessing, and showed just how life-changing that moment was. The responsibility that Andrew Scott had to take, and then watch his wife slowly die over 2 months, highlighted the repercussions of driving whilst you're on your phone. As well, the messaging behind the fact that he could never bring himself to tell anyone was incredible. The fact that he was so addicted to his phone that it cost him his fiancée's life and the life of another person. It was spine-tingling, and something that definitely deserves a place on this list. Number 3. VR versus reality. Coming in as the 3rd most powerful moment in the season is a moment in the episode Striking Vipers. It's such a small scene, but it really did stand out in the episode. We see Danny tell Carl that he's not going to be playing the game with him anymore, and that is then when we see Carl's life go on a downward spiral. The powerful moment for me comes after we see that he can't hold a normal relationship in the real world anymore. We see shots of him in his house that's become a mess, and he's drinking and smoking to cope with the fact that he can't play the game with Danny anymore. The way that the scene has dramatic cuts is brilliant, and I loved the way that it was done. We see the character Carl let out a massive scream whilst playing another game, and that was a moment that sticks with me from the episode. He'd reached a point where he was at his lowest, and this was all down to the fact that he preferred his life in the virtual world, or at least the relationship aspect of it anyway. And because of that, his life was a mess in the real one. A brilliant moment in the show. Number 2. Morality in VR. In the episode Striking Vipers, we see two best friends from the past enter a virtual reality world in a game called Striking Vipers, and they start having sex with each other. They are both not gay, and one of them is married to a woman. The question that this whole episode proposes is, if you do something in a virtual world, does it have the same moral code as what it has in the real one? This is a topic that I feel as though this episode handles really, really well, and it's all answered at the end. Right at the end of the episode, we see Danny and his wife exchange gifts. Theo gives Danny the VR piece for the game, and Danny gives Theo the box to put her wedding ring in. This is so that on one night of the year, Danny can go and have sex in the VR world, and Theo can go to a bar, get hit on by a guy, and have sex in the real world. The message is that it is just as bad as cheating in the virtual world if you do it in the real world. It's a moment that I think is sad to watch. The fact that although they've come to an agreement, the implementation of this technology has damaged their relationship to some degree, and that they're now having sex with different people or characters, all because of this one act. The music at the end of the episode, not 1 minute more, really does add to the tone and makes it all the more powerful. This is definitely one of the most powerful moments in the 5th season. Before I announce number 1, a moment that didn't quite make the top 5 but is a moment that stands out within the season and is worth a mention, is in the episode Smithereens. Where the police and FBI are finding out information about the character Chris, the COO and executive team in the headquarters of Smithereen are able to find out more information about the suspect a lot faster than the FBI and police combined. It shows the amount of information that's stored on the social media platforms that we use without us even realizing, and that they can pretty much find out anything about us. It didn't quite make the top 5, but it definitely stands out. So, moving on to the final moment. Number 1. Everywhere you look, they're hooked on the things. Coming in at number 1 on the list is a line that stands out in the whole 5th season of the show, and to be honest, I would say that it sums up some of the overall themes that Black Mirror covers. At this point in the episode, Chris has kidnapped Jaden and is ranting about the way that society is hooked on the social media app called Smithereen, to the point where people don't even look up from their phones to check that the sky's still blue. Scott's performance was second to none, and the sheer stress, fear, panic and disturbance that he has over the fact not only has he kidnapped the wrong person, but the fact that society has been brainwashed by this app is something that definitely deserves a place on the top spot of this list. He refers to the use of the app as Chainsmoking, and it's something that is very true and relevant when comparing it to the social media apps today. It's all too relatable, and that's what makes it all the more powerful. It's something we can relate to. The delivery of the speech that Andrew Scott's character gave was executed in a way that makes you realize just how bad it's gotten for the character, and you can't help but feel as though this is not only a powerful moment in this season, but it's up there in the ranking for the whole of the show. Andrew Scott's scene was absolutely amazing, and everything he said was not only true in the episode, but it runs true within society today. It's brilliant. So there you have it. What I believe are the 5 most powerful moments in Season 5 of the show. I'll have another Black Mirror video coming out tomorrow. Can you guess what it's about? What did you think the 5 most powerful moments in Season 5 were? Do you agree with me? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. I'd just like to say thank you to my patrons B Cypher and Lucy Nathanson. If you'd like to support the channel in a different way, then head over to my Patreon, patreon.com/brainpilot, and have a look around. Thanks for watching the video, and if you check it out, thank you as well. If you want to see what I've rated many other TV shows and movies, then head over to my Letterboxd profile, letterboxd.com/brainpilot. If you comment a movie, I'll rate it over there. One final thing. If you want to see many other most powerful moments in Black Mirror and other shows, then click on the I button. There's a playlist full of them. If you've made it this far, then thank you for sticking till the end. I'll see you next time.